Alright, so in today's video, I am going to be drawing different types of people in Among Us. Now, for those of you who don't know what Among Us is, then I'm not gonna explain it to you because it's literally everywhere, so you can easily find an explanation for it. But for those of you who live on another planet, Among Us is basically another murder mystery game where there are imposters whose goal is to kill all of the crewmates, and the crewmates whose goal is to find out who the imposters are and also have to complete all their tasks. I highly recommend you try playing the game or at least watching other people play it, because if you haven't seen Among Us at all, then you probably won't understand a lot of the things that I mentioned in this video. So yeah, try to watch other people play it first. And let's get on with the video. First up, we have the high IQ player. Now, I feel like we all have that one person in our friend group who is the most logical. And in Among Us, it's basically the same thing, where there's someone in the group who's just like a human lie detector or is just the greatest liar in the world and can deceive anyone. Now, this player usually tends to be the imposter, and they can be really good at it, and I've seen my fair share of people who are really good at being imposter and also crewmate, and let me tell you, they can deceive anyone. Even when they get suspicion, they can just get right out of it because they're that good. Also, if they are the imposter, they usually get away with it because they play very strategically, and they're just very good at the game. It's like they're tryhards at the game, but they're not. They're just effortlessly good, which really annoys me because I really try in the game to lie, but I can't, so it's really annoying, you know? Now, for the drawing, I decided to do an owl because owls are usually represented as being very clever, logical, wise, and I really think that it fits for the high IQ player because they're just so good at the game, and there are some people who are really bad at it and just kill someone right in front of another person or just vent right in front of another person. But for the high IQ player, they can literally vent and then kill someone and then vent again, which I have a hard time doing because there's going to be someone who's suddenly accused me. And for the people who are high IQ players, if they get accused, they can usually get out of it because they have good reasoning and they always know what to say and have literally the best excuse ever. So yeah, people who are high IQ players, they are blessed with good thinking and are just naturally good at the game. I am not one of these players because I can't lie for my life, because when I lie, I laugh, and when I laugh, it's pretty obvious that I am trying to lie because I end up saying awful things and saying really weird things that don't make sense, and then they immediately have a lot of suspicion on me. And so the next game, I can't even kill anyone, otherwise they would think, oh, it's definitely her now. So yeah, it's a big problem. So for the owl, I actually took inspiration from the Winnie the Pooh owl because I thought it was very cute and it was also very wise. Now, some people might think, well, wise isn't the same thing as smart, and you know what, you might be right, but this is my drawing, so you can't do anything about it. And also, wise is also, I think, considered as smart, which is a high IQ player, so yeah, I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go. Now, I've only mostly seen high IQ players when they are as imposter because it is much harder to be a high IQ player as a crewmate because you can't really do anything, but as an imposter you can kill someone and then get a strategy of where to go and how to kill them. And yeah, it's basically much more easier to think of a strategy rather than a crewmate, which really relies on luck, which to see who is the murderer or the imposter. But I've seen some people who are very, very smart and they solved the two imposters right away after the first death, which to me is like magic because I don't even know who the imposter is after 3 rounds, let alone after the first round. So yeah, they are probably very strategic, and they are probably very logical in their thinking, which is not me in any way, shape, or form, because no, it's just not destiny does not allow that to happen. I'd say the drawing ended up looking pretty good, other for some little details that I missed. But otherwise, I really like the drawing. I have never drawn an owl before in my entire life, so this is the first time I am drawing an owl, and it turned out pretty good actually. It's not the best, I will say, but it's still really cute, and I really like it, especially for my first time, and it really represents the person that I am trying to draw, the type of person that I'm going to draw. And also, if you didn't notice, I added like a graduation cap, and honestly, I didn't know why. I just added it because I thought it would make it look more smart, but looking back, I think it makes it look a bit dumb. Not dumb, but more like it doesn't make it look as cool. I think it would have been the same without it, but I still did it anyway, so yeah. Next up, we have the paranoid player. Now, this player usually doesn't do their task, and instead, they follow a huge crowd of people so that they don't die early, and they are usually the crewmate, but it can also be the imposter sometimes if they are paranoid of killing somebody just in case somebody else sees it, which is also considered as being paranoid. And I drew a meerkat for this because, I mean, come on, have you seen meerkats like standing on top of their den guarding the area? They're so alert, they're so weird standing up, and they're also very, 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 did I say very paranoid? Now, I don't mean to mock or offend anyone who is like this, but honestly, like, why? Why are you like this? I mean, people who do this are really annoying, honestly. I'm sorry if you're one of them, but honestly, just don't be paranoid when playing Among Us, because it's literally just a game where blobs are trying to find another serial killer who kills other blobs. So yeah, it's just that. Also, another trait that the paranoid players usually carry is that they always hover near the emergency button, or they are always with a group or crowd because they are so afraid of getting killed that they will always stay with another person or near the emergency button just in case that someone, kills them or tries to kill them. They can immediately report it. And also, they are the ones who usually report a body and then they say, well, I don't know where it was, you tell me, I don't know. They always say weird things, and it makes them look very suspicious, which is the opposite goal for them being like that, because they're actually innocent. So it really backfires, and I'm not trying to offend or mock anyone who does that, but it is really annoying because I've played with some people who are like that and they don't do anything, and we are all done with our task, and then there's one person who hasn't done their one task just because they are afraid of getting killed. Like, come on, we could win if you just did your little task. Now for the drawing, I drew a meerkat hovering over the emergency button because, as I said, they like to go near large crowds or go near the emergency button. And I drew a meerkat over the emergency button, and the meerkat, honestly, looks terrible. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it definitely is not the best meerkat ever. I mean, it looks really weird and cartoony. I mean, I guess that was the effect that I was going for, but it doesn't look like a meerkat at all. It looks like a deformed dog who is standing up on two legs, and it's just near a big red button. And I'm not mad at it, it's just weird. Okay, if you made it to this part of the video, then some of you might be wondering,
wait, why are you drawing it as animals, not humans?
and there are two reasons for that. One, I am not good at drawing people, like at all. I am terrible at them. I cannot do the proportions of them. I cannot do their facial expressions. No, it's just not my thing. And I know some people are like amazing at it, but I'm not. I'm so bad at it, and the face ends up looking very deformed, like one eye is bigger than the other and the lips are like crooked, and it looks weird. So I draw animals instead of humans because I think that they are a lot easier to draw. Now, the second reason is because I feel like animals better represent it than humans, because basically if you're drawing a human, you're just drawing a human. And for animals, I think they really represent their personality well. So I decided that it would be better to show off the types of people in Among Us by drawing animals, because it really shows the personality of the person. Like, for example, the wise person or the logical person is the owl, because owls usually represent people who are smart, logical, thinkers, and wise. So they really represent a personality, and I think that's much easier to do as well. For some reason, I just can't draw a meerkat. I mean, it's just not my destiny to do so, because they're just like awkward and paranoid little things, and I think a lot of people can relate to that, being awkward and paranoid, especially in school, because you have no friends, you have nothing, and you're just basically focusing on your grades. So I think a lot of people can relate to a meerkat. Last but definitely not least is the deceiving player. Now, this player is usually in your friend group or just someone who looks very innocent, but they're actually the imposter, or they're just really deceiving you for some reason. The deceiving players usually act all innocent, and they stay really quiet because they want to act all innocent. And then when they, go near someone where it is a secluded area with no one near it, then it will show your knife, their shiny knife, and
stab you with it.
And they murder you cold-blooded. And it's really, really surprising, because you will never suspect them, because they are so innocent and act so cute and innocent that you will never suspect them. Now, for this type of player, I drew a cat because I feel like, cats, when you think of them, aw, cute, fluffy little thing like fluff balls. But then, when you own one, they show you their claws, and then they're like, no, get away from me, and then they scratch you, and then you get blood everywhere, and then they bite you, and then they scratch you even more, especially if you try to bathe them, because oh my gosh, if you try to bathe a cat, get ready for its claws, because it will harm you. And I think they share a lot of the same traits, where at first they look all cute and innocent, and then they are so awkward, and then they explore the area. But then once they, get to know you a bit more, they suddenly, stab you in the back with either a knife or some claws, which is not the best. I've played my fair share of Among Us, and let me tell you, these people are the worst, because they stab you in the back, and no one suspects them, no one thinks it's them, because they're so innocent and cute. How could it be them? How can they be the imposter? Because they're fooling everyone, and then they're deceiving everyone, and then when the game ends, people are like, oh my gosh, it's actually you. And then the next game comes around, and then they are the imposter again, and then they deceive everyone again, and then it's a cycle. And it's really sad, because I've gone through that before, and let me tell you, it was not a pleasant experience. For the drawing, I actually liked this drawing the most, because I drew a little cute gray cat with the pink ears and the pink nose, and then in the back I drew it holding a knife with a dead body behind it, which I think represents it very well, and I think this drawing represents this type of player the best other than the others, because I think that the cat really represents it. And also I drew a little love heart, just to make it extra cute. And then, there's the knife in the back and there's the dead body in the back. And, it makes it look very deceiving. And I like that because that's the type of player that I am trying to draw. Out of all the 3 drawings, I really like this one because, it's very good. I mean, it's not the best drawing I've ever done, but I think it captures the person really well. And I really like, drawing a cat because I've drawn cats before, and, they're easy to draw, but then adding those little elements of holding the knife in the back and then with the little dead body in the background, I think that just makes it 100 times better. Also, it's a gray cat. How can you go wrong with a cute little gray cat? I mean, look at it. It's adorable, alright? If you guys do want to see me try to play Among Us, I guess not try, but see me play it with a couple of my friends, then comment down below saying you want to see it, because I will do it if you want it, because, you want it. So, yeah, I mean, it's everywhere right now. It's all over the internet after Fall Guys. Remember when Fall Guys was a thing and then Among Us came in and said, no, you're not allowed to have all of this attention, and then suddenly went viral everywhere, and I don't even know why. If someone could tell me why, then please, because I don't know why it went viral, because I just joined the bandwagon, because that's what everybody does. They join the bandwagon. And that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider subscribing to this channel because you'll find more content like this on my channel. And also please consider liking this video because it tells me, hey, you enjoyed this video, so I'm gonna make more of it. Let me know down in the comments down below which you think represents each type of person best. I think that the cat one represents it the best, but let me know in the comments. And as always, hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Bye!